This is the Ukulele. I'm Brooke, and you're watching a lesson and play along for the Stevie Wonder song, What Christmas Means to Me. In this lesson, I'll go over the chord shapes, the structure of the song, like what chords you play for each part, and I'll put some chords on the screen for you and give you some quick tips about strumming and about managing the key change that's in this song. Or not managing it. You can just leave it out if you want to. It makes it much easier. And then I'm going to play the whole thing, keep the chords on the screen for you in case you want to play along or just at least see what it sounds like with all the lyrics and stuff like that. There is a song sheet for this song. It's available on Gumroad for individual sale, or you can join annually on Patreon and you access the whole library. So I want to give a shout out to my VIP patrons over on Patreon. Thank you for making these lessons and the live streams on YouTube happen. And many thanks to all my patrons for your support. If you're interested in seeing what's available on Patreon, you can check the link in the caption below or use this link on the screen here. Okay, let's get to it. Let's have a look at the chord shapes really quick. Don't panic. So there's a key change in this song. And that means there's kind of some tricky chords if you do the key change. You don't have to do the key change. The first 5 chords in this little box are for most of the songs before the key change happens. So if you want to leave out the key change and just play the regular chords the whole time, then you don't have to worry about the key change chords. And that's the option to simplify it. So the chords that we need just to play the main part of the song in the key that it starts in are C, F, D minor, G, and F7. When the key change happens, we're gonna pop some of these chords up a half step. So we have A flat, C sharp, F sharp, and E flat minor. So I'm gonna give you some tips on all of these. For A flat and F sharp, we're using the same shape. So you can bar these shapes if you want to. We'll use like a mini 3-finger bar. This is for A flat on the 3rd fret. Just barring like the bottom 3 strings. You don't have to do all 4 strings. You can just do the bottom 3 strings. And then we have our middle finger on the E string of the 4th fret and your ring finger on the top string of the 5th fret. This is A flat. These are just suggested ways to play this. If you know another shape for A flat and you want to use it, go right ahead. These are in the order that they come like in the song, but for a second here we're going to skip over the C sharp to the F sharp because this is the same shape as the A flat, it's just on a different fret. So if you move this A flat position down, 1, 2. 1st fret, barring the bottom 3 strings. 2nd fret, middle finger on the E string. 3rd fret, ring finger on the top string, just like for A flat, but we're on the 1st fret. This is F sharp. A flat, F sharp. C sharp. This shape is familiar if you've been playing songs with B flat and B. This is the same shape. It's just built on a different fret. So we've got a mini bar again, the bottom 2 strings of the 4th fret, the 5th fret, the C string with your middle finger, and the 6th fret, the top string with your ring finger. This is C sharp. So as you can see, it's the same shape as B flat or B. We're just moving it all the way up here to the 4th fret. E flat minor. This shape is really gross. I really don't like this shape. But I'm leaving it here just in case you want to use it, and I have some alternates for E flat minor. So this E flat minor, the one that's in the box here, so this is like a really awkward position, right? I'm leaving this here because if you can manage it, you can play just the bottom 3 strings, and it's just like playing an E minor, but on the 1st fret. But then you would have to adjust your strumming because you don't want to hit the top string. Anyway, this option is here if you have some like magical way to play it that makes that top string part less awkward. So here's some alternates for E flat minor. We have E flat minor that's built on the 6th fret. Again, this is like if you're playing a B flat minor or a B minor. This is the same shape, it's on the 6th fret. So we'll use that miniature bar chord again with 3 strings, and then the top string of the 8th fret. And then a very similar option, we're going to add a 7 to make it a minor 7. In the style of this song, a minor 7 will sound fine. So we've got 2 E flat minor 7 possibilities. One is again on the 6th fret, just barring the whole fret. Or this last shape in the box over here, this is like a D minor 7, but it's moved up 1 fret to make it E flat. The 2nd fret, the E string, the 3rd fret, the top 2 strings, and the 4th fret, the bottom string. So you use whatever works for you. I will probably use the 6th fret bar. I think this is the easiest shape to manage like quickly. But again, those last 4 chords in the box, they're just for the key change. You can just not play a key change and keep doing the same thing for the end of the song that you've been playing for like the rest of the song, and then you don't have to do the key change. It's up to you. When we play it later, I am going to do the key change just to, show you how it goes. Real quick, before I start talking about the parts of the song, let's touch on strumming. You can use island strum to play this song, down, down, up, or I like to make it kind of chunky, down, chunk up, chunk up. So the chunks come on the 2 and the 4, and it's a bit like a drum sound as opposed to a strum sound. So for the verses, this says verse 1 and 2. If you're not going to do the key change later, you're also going to use these chords for verse 3. Just FYI. We have C, F, C, and F, and we do that line 3 times. Then we have a lot of D minor and a lot of G. D minor for 4 bars, G for 4 bars. Each one of these bars in between the forward slashes, that is 1 round of the island strum down, down, up, down, up. It's called 1 bar. It's 4 beats. Each bar has 4 beats. So if we play this with island strum all together, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, C, F. Again, this is the 2nd time. C, F. 3rd time. C, F, C, F. D minor. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4. G. 2, 3, 4. And then we're kind of back to this C and F stuff. This little C and F back and forth thing that happens, this is the intro. The intro chords are just C and F. And when you're in between verse 1 and verse 2, that's what you can play. So I like to call this home base. For any song, when you kind of lose your way, it's nice to find like a place where you can collect yourself to come back to. It can be 1 chord, it can be 2 chords. It could be a whole line of chords. But for me, home base in this song is the C and the F. If you forget what you're doing, if you get a little bit lost, just come back to the CF until you can like find your way back into the song. Next part is the bridge. The A flat comes in at the end of the bridge to make the key change happen. This A flat chord leads us up into C sharp, into the key change key. If you're not going to do the key change, just play G. Don't play the A flat. Just keep playing G. And then you go back to these chords for verse 3. If you're gonna do the key change, you gotta do the A flat to lead into the key change chords. So the bridge will be F7C, F7C, 1 round of the strum pattern each. Then we're back to kind of the verse. C, F7, C, F7, 1 round of the strum pattern each. D minor for a long time, 4 rounds of the strum pattern. G for 2 rounds of the strum pattern, and A flat for 2 rounds of the strum pattern. For this G, it might make it easier for you if you use the same shape as the A flat chord, but you're just playing it on the 2nd fret. Let me show you what I mean. This A flat shape is here. If you put this shape on the 2nd fret, it's a shape of G. And it might make it easier for you to play this shape of G to lead into that A flat chord. So that G shape is barring 3 strings on the 2nd fret, the 3rd fret, the E string, and the 4th fret, the top string. And then you just move it up 1 fret for A flat. I'm gonna play the bridge for you with just the chords, and I will do that thing with the G shape when we get down here so you can see what it's like. 1, 2, 3, F7, C, F7, C, C, F7, C, F7, D minor. And we got kind of a break, right? G, 2, A flat. leading into verse 3. So after this bridge, you go right into verse 3. There's no break. To verse 3, we're to the key change verse. We've got C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. And we do that line 3 times. Then we have E flat minor or E flat minor 7 if you choose one of those alternates for 4 rounds of the strum pattern for a long time. And then we have A flat for a long time too, also 4 rounds of the strum pattern. After this verse, the rest of the song is like an outro jam. There's a harmonica solo. If you get the song sheet on Gumroad, it has the harmonica solo tabbed a little bit, and it also has like the intro piano bass line riff. There's tabs for that if you like to play around with those little kind of fingerstyle moments. But I was saying, after this verse 3, the rest of the song is a jam with the home bass chords, but they are in the key change, so they are C sharp and F sharp. So the rest of the song, after this verse, is just C sharp and F sharp. And if you don't do the key change, it's C and F. Verse 3 chords sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp, F sharp, C sharp. Ooh, almost didn't make it. F sharp. 2, 3. E flat minor 7 or E flat minor. A flat. Home bass. Until you want to finish the song. And we finish on the C sharp if you're doing the key change, or the C if you don't do the key change. If you are finding this lesson helpful or informational or entertaining or whatever, don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know every time I post a new video. These days, it's every Sunday for the public. If you're a patron, you get it early on Friday or Saturday. If you have a question, please let me know in the comments too. I respond to all relevant YouTube comments. Okay, from the top. 1, 2, 3 on the C. The home bass, C, F. Okay, verse 1, here we go. A candle's burning low, lots of mistletoe, lots of snow and ice, everywhere we go. A choir singing carols right outside my door. D minor, all these things and more, all these things and more. G, that's what Christmas means to me, my love. Verse 2, I see your smiling face like I've never seen before. Even though I love you badly, it seems I love you more. The little cards you give me will touch my heart for sure. D minor, all these things and more. All these things and more. That's what Christmas means to me, my love. F7, I feel like running wild, as anxious as a little child. Greet you 'neath the mistletoe. I kiss you once and then some more. I wish you a Merry Christmas, baby. That weird G shape. A happiness in the coming year. A flat. Let's deck the halls with holly. Sing sweet silent night. Fill the tree with angel hair and pretty, pretty lights. Go to sleep and wake up just before daylight. All these things and more, baby. All these things and more. That's what Christmas means to me, my love. Home bass, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp. Surprise ending on the C sharp. Hey. Christmas means to me. Long cha-cha-cha. Tell you what, if it seems like I'm keeping my cool, that in my brain that whole time I was like, oh my God, this, oh my God, this. You know, like those in a video game where you have to do a series of jumps, like at just the right timing, like in the old Super Mario games and stuff. That's what it felt like for me to play this song, because I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. It takes some practice. It takes some practice. Some of those chord changes, like I just barely made it. Just letting you know, if it seems like it's easy, it's not. I was freaking out of my brain most of the time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing along with me, everybody. Many, many best festive wishes for the holiday season, and I'll see you next time. Stay festive and funky, everybody. Peace out.